The cycle of violence between Israelis and Palestinians in the West Bank escalated this week, with Israeli settlers rampaging through villages where Palestinian Americans also live, leaving Washington caught up in the conflict. On Tuesday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu responded to the shooting deaths of 4 Israelis in the West Bank, saying, "Anyone who harms us will either be in a grave or in prison." At the U.S. State Department, Deputy Spokesperson Vedant Patel condemned Palestinian militant attacks on Israelis, saying there is no justification for terrorism, but added this admonition to Israel.
There are troubling reports of extremist settler violence against Palestinian civilians, including the death of a Palestinian child and other injuries. We likewise condemn these violent acts and also extend our condolences to the families of those affected. Accountability and justice should be pursued with equal rigor in all cases of extremist violence, and we welcome the IDF's condemnation of these acts and expect the Israeli government to ensure full accountability and legal prosecution for those responsible for these attacks, in addition to compensation for lost homes and property.
One expert told VOA the situation in the West Bank was the worst he has seen in a long time.
There are areas that are cut off because of Israeli blockades around certain towns. It's very difficult to move between different towns and cities in the West Bank. And of course, you have people who've lost their homes because they've been torched by Israeli settlers.
El-Gindi said that the two-state Israeli-Palestinian solution, still formally supported by the U.S., was dead, and that the U.S. should do more to respond to the reality on the ground and stem the deadly violence.
I think most people know that the U.S. provides massive amounts of military assistance to Israel, almost $4 billion every year, in addition to the many other kind of perks and benefits related to the special relationship. And none of that has changed, even with this radical government in place. More than that, the U.S. consistently deflects a formal criticism in international bodies like the United Nations.
Israel's military said it killed 3 members of a terrorist cell on Wednesday in a rare West Bank drone strike. At least 13 Palestinians and 4 Israelis have been killed this week, with both sides using new and more powerful weapons. Cindy Saine, VOA News.